Greetings and hello. We're going to take another look at the Jack Wolf Knives After Hours Jack Fat Carbon Purple Haze. I had a short on this recently, and it did not fail to impress. The opening is a butter smooth frame lock, and I'm not sure if this has bearings or what this is. It's definitely not a slip joint, but it's just super smooth. Edge is freaking sharp as hell. So I wanted to get this out and just show the everyday use of it. And I think that this is a decent medium for doing it. It's not a conventional medium, but it's a good one. Missouri Survival's here cutting up shoes with a pocket knife. Would you do this in everyday life? No. But is it going to simulate the kind of things that a guy's going to be doing with a pocket knife? Absolutely. You're probably going to be doing more fine tasks with a pocket knife, while you can still do some slicing if you need to. And so I just wanted to dismantle this pair of hiking shoes here and show some of the finer stuff. Popping stitches here, as you can see, and it takes a little while to get through this. But it's one of those things that, people are always opening boxes, or some kind of, you got to cut some sort of canvas bag open, or just pop the threads on something, or breaking down boxes and that type of thing. And I'd consider that fine tasks. And I just figured a shoe is a nice medium to use to show being able to take something apart. And I by no means do this perfect. And, it's kind of hard to get in there and pop some of these stitches. And this is a little bit slow going here. This may seem to drone on a tad, but I think that if you were to sit down with your pocket knife and take apart a pair of shoes, at least pop the stitches on the lower half of it, and then go through some of the base leather material or whatever it is, you'd find that you would get a good view for what the knife is capable of in everyday use situations. So if you look at the tip on this knife, it does a really good job of getting in between the two pieces of material to pop the stitches. It's just got a real thin edge as far as edge geometry. I don't know the specs on it. I'm not really a specs guy. I am just a use guy and my experience with it. The knife itself is a coffin-style Barlow with a frame lock on ceramic bearings. The blade itself is a hollow ground crucible in S90V. And man, I gotta say, this thing has a wicked hair-popping edge on it. And it's pretty easy to maintain, even if it's just like with a drag-through sharpener. And I haven't really had to do that. But, I did take a couple of swipes with a ceramic drag-through just a couple times to make sure she was good and honed up. And it's just going right through this leather here. I can't tell you how easy it was to go through this leather. And even cutting the front of this shoe off is pretty easy, to be quite honest. I cut this video down and sped some of it up just because I didn't want to drone on forever, but I wanted to show that the blade is absolutely capable. Even the rubber there, it's kind of got that waffle kind of spots of like empty space in the sole of the shoe, but man, it's still pretty tough stuff, and it went right through. And as far as the handles on this, like the carbon Purple Haze, man, I really think that's a cool look for a blade like this. And I like the material, the carbon material. It's comfortable in the hand as far as just on your skin. It's not too slippery or anything like that. Of course, the leather slip is always a sweet thing with these Jack Wolf knives, and I really like that. I'm not really much of a purple guy, but it fits this blade really well. And, again, I'm not really a hollow ground guy, especially because I mostly deal with fixed blades. That's kind of what I gravitate to. But using these Jack Wolf knives has kind of made me a fan of the hollow grind for smaller blades. I can't say that that's not super useful in a pocket blade, because you're not going to be putting a whole bunch of pressure or whacking with it or anything like that, which are the things that I think cause a hollow grind to fail. Overall, I really like the blade. I think that it's super handy and useful as far as just having it's lightweight. It's razor sharp with the S90V blade material, and it's just comfortable in hand. And to finish this up, I really like the slips because I usually end up breaking a pocket clip. I think that this would be a whole lot better floating around in my pocket with the slip on it. So I really like that, and I've grown to really like Jack Wolf knives. If this catches your fancy, I think that you'd be well served by this blade. I gotta say, it's a 10 of 10, guys. If you're interested in this type of blade, go check them out. And we'll catch you on the next one.